Jason here. Today is January 29th, and this is your aftermarket update. So if you are watching this video and you've received a link to this video through an email, likely the email headline will have said something like this. By the way, I haven't written the email yet. I'm making this video, and then I'll write the email after I make this video. But likely the video or the email headline will say something along the lines of plus 249 tick CL trade of the day. And while that is accurate, that doesn't tell the complete picture of the way that my day went in here. So that you understand my trading style and the way that I trade, it's important for me to go through a little bit of this process with you. So I have a tendency to take what I call tester trades. Trades that I have a general idea, especially after 9 a.m. I talk about this in the room. Especially after 9 a.m. I have a pretty good feel of where I think the market is going to end up, either at one point during the day or even sometimes at the end of the day. I have a very decent sense of where the market is going to end up. The challenge that we face is that the market doesn't tell me exactly when it's going to do it. So I will take a series of tester trades along the way until I get that move that I'm looking for. And so today was no different. I'm going to show you here what I'm talking about, but I took a series of tester trades that ended up not working out for me before I latched on to the trade that took me right to the target. I got long at 43.82. It took me right to my target at 44.65, and then immediately fell from 44.65 all the way down to 44.00. Now, I wish I could tell you that I took the lion's share of the profit off at that 44.00 and that I had a massively positive day, but I didn't. I thought that it was going to go back down to the 43.83 level, and again, I'm a little bit out of sync with the market this week. Specifically, I told you yesterday's video that Monday and Tuesday were tough days for me. I had the right idea, but I'd run out of bullets. Yesterday, I had the right idea. You saw the video. It lasted 3.5 hours. The trade lasted 3.5 hours, and it was 115 ticks on 3 contracts. And then we come to today. Again, I'm a little bit out of sync with the market. I took some tester trades along the way that ended up taking me out before I caught the 249 tick runner to the target, and then it went back down for 65 ticks per contract where I didn't take it out. And I'll show you all of that here in those trades of the day. But the message that I want to get across to you here right now is that not every trade is a winner. My trading style is such that I have a decent idea of where the market will ultimately end up or where our targets are along the path. And if you're a watcher of the videos, you know this. But what the market doesn't do is tell me the time frame in which that's going to occur. It doesn't tell you when it's about to break out, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in just, well, let's do it now. Okay, so as we were heading into the pit open today, right, this is where we were. Now, we had a major level right at the pit open at our 44.65. Once we hit pit open, our daily structure signals formed up, and we opened up just right on top of the daily structure signal here at 44.72. But what you will notice, and I'm going to draw the box here for you. Let me grab this here. Hang on just a second. There it is, drawing tools. Okay. So leading into the pit open, you had a boxed in range from right here around 71 down to this 55 level. Okay, so this is where the market had been ranging and trading. So as we opened up right on top of the daily structure signal, the fact that we'd gotten above it would give you an idea that we were going to the daily structure target up here at 44.94. And we came back and forth, and then we went right up to it. So again, we were just rotating around inside the box, closing below it, closing slightly above it, rotating around this daily revision signal. And for me, and the way that I was trying to get this done today, I was a little bit concerned about this level being rotational around that level. Now, On another chart, as confirmation, I have what I call my center point here at 44.65, and we were just rotational. In fact, if you pop this open here, you'll see that this whole area between the pivot and settlement was where we ranged in the entirety of the overnight session. So as we were heading into the pit open and we got in above the daily structure signal, there could have been an opportunity to get short up here at your daily structure target, right? We close above the signal. We would expect it to go to the target up here at 44.94. So as the market opens, we spend about 15, 20 minutes. We go up and hit the daily structure target. We come up here and hit the daily structure target and immediately begin to roll out of it. So if you continue down here, you see that we came back down to the bottom of the range. We jumped up above it. We came back up to the top, and then we had a revision signal form. And this whole boxed in range right here was really giving me concern, right? Because we would come in and out of this range, and then we were down here at this 55 level. Okay? Once we got to close down below the 55 level, the market then took off to the downside, and we were looking to get long around this 83, 81 level. Okay. So again, you can see here in retrospect, it looks like, oh, sure, you come up to this daily revision signal, you hit our structure target, you hit the revision signal, and then it just rolled out of bed. Well, this represents 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes in rotation around this area here. And that's exactly what we were talking about in the room today. When the market is a bit more friendly, and when I am in sync a little bit differently with the market, then we would look to get short off your daily structure target up there. And then you had confirmation right up here, right around your revision signal that formed up. And then you would be looking, we would have been looking to get short. But again, the market's been a little bit choppy. It's been a little bit undecided. You can see all of this sideways activity here. Even going back, you could see that we were in a range in this area, just below this area. And so, again, if you look here, you could draw this range to here, and then you really just have two overlapping ranges here, right? You really have two overlapping, difficult, choppy trading ranges to get into. So I stayed away from this entire area here today. Once you add back here, we got down to the daily structure extension. Once we began to go through these levels here, we got down to our daily structure extension. And then this is where the fun began, because it was at this level that I said to the group that from this area right here, it was either going to go short to 43.32 or long to 45.65. 44.65 rather. 43.32 or 44.65. Those were going to be, it was going to go back to one of those two areas. Hence the problem. It's about timing. So I began this series of trades around this level, and we got down deep, and I didn't take some of the profit off, and we came back up, and we began this process here of rotating around this area. So now let me box this in for you here. You began right around 10 o'clock. You come down here to this as a 75, and you get up here to 97. Okay, and I'm going to turn off these levels here just so you can see it a little bit more clearly. And you began this series of rotation around this area here, up, down, up, down. We would have breaks down below. You would have some breaks up above, but you could never really get out of this range. So it was in this area that I kept telling everyone that my thought process was that it was going to go up to 65 or it was going to come down to 43.32, but that it would do one of those. It would do one of those before the day ended. Now, once I'm going to show you, this is your RTH session, regular trading hours session. The first 60 minutes of the trading range creates what's called an initial balance. The initial balance high here on this was 44.96, and the initial balance low in the first 60 minutes was created down here at 44.55. Then it goes through a series of movements, and these are standard deviations off of this range. Typically, what will happen is that it'll go generally no lower than the fourth standard deviation out of that range. Well, in this case, that fourth standard deviation was down here at 43.73. And so once I decided that we weren't going to close above that standard deviation or below that fourth standard deviation, that to me indicated that the market was going to go long. And so I did get in long at 43.82, and then we were looking for our target. Remember, I said, and you'll hear this in the video, 44.65 is the target, or 43.32 down below. So then the market continues to rotate around, and before we get the final break out of this range, we had spent from 10 a.m. until about 12:20 p.m. So 2.5 hours we were boxed into this range. And this is what I talk about when I mention timing. When you're back here and you have an idea of where the market is headed, you have no idea which way that market is going to end up going and at what the timing is. And this range here, while not looking like much, 97 down to 76 is 21 ticks, it does pop all the way down to 58, and in some cases comes all the way up here to 02. So 02 to 58 is 44 ticks. Well, that's too tall for a traditional stop. If you're in here somewhere, that's just too tall for a traditional stop. So again, the market rotates around, and then eventually it goes all the way up to where we get short at 44.65, right? Now, one of the other reasons that we were looking in that area was that we had a 70.5 around that area right here at 44.55, and you made a double top here at this high on this bar that you have back here at 65. Now, the other thing that we were talking about in the room is we have price action that we talk about, hidden gap bars. Without going into a big explanation of what hidden gap bars here in this video, the center point of the final hidden gap bar was up here at 44.59, and we had talked about in the room that we would close this gap all the way up. Now, it was this trade that helped me get positive on the day, this 249 tick. It is 83 ticks on 3 contracts from 82 all the way up to the 65 level. Now, we caught this 65 level short, and it came all the way down to this 43.99 level. Now, I wish I could tell you that it was at this 43.99 level that we knew it was going to go long and that we rode that back up. The unfortunate fact is that I let it come back all the way up here and get me. So I turned what was a really, really nice day, what would have ended up being a really, really nice day, into just an okay day. Now, where I made my mistake is I didn't respect this retracement level. When you measure this swing to this swing, we retraced back to the sweet spot there at 99, and I didn't respect that. I thought we were going to go ahead and come on down to this range here, at least test this range that we had been trading in on the day, and I gave a lot of this final leg, I gave a lot of it back up. Also, where I also made that mistake is because we didn't complete the move all the way back to the bottom, that 70.5 remains valid, and a lot of days like today, when you have these big moves like this, the day will end up right around your 44.55. In fact, as we are making the video right now, you can see that the market did come and is opening right around this 70.5 measured from this day's high to this day's low. So again, I tell you all of that to say that not every trade is a winner. Sometimes sometimes on a day like today, being slightly positive when I could have been really positive is just the way that it goes, right? Not every trade's a winner. Not everything that we do in here is the right idea. Generally speaking, we have pretty good perception on what the market's going to do in terms of levels and destination, but it's not 100%. And so I do think it's important that you know that and that you hear that from me, and that you're not just watching a video that says, hey, we made 150 ticks or we had a 249 tick CL trade today. While that is true, you have to understand what the context of the day was as well, in that it was not an easy day. And you may have run out of bullets before you could take that last trade. If that's the case, then maybe there needs to be a discussion. It's your money in your account on risk size, and maybe you need to reduce risk. I don't know, but in the end, these trades are here. They're here almost every day, and we do generally have a pretty good idea of how to find those. But again, sometimes it's very easy, and sometimes it's not. And today it wasn't, and I did want you to hear that, other than just reading an email headline that said 249 tick CL trade of the day. Okay, having said all of that, I'm going to let you watch that CL trade of the day. Again, it was a very lengthy trade. I did cut it down into chunks. It's about an hour long, and you're going to capture the move up, and you're going to see us go all the way from our entry to our target, flip short, come down 65 ticks, and you know the rest. So without further ado, here is the OTG trade of the day. And I'm in at 82, and you know where my target is up here. My target is all the way up to 65. All the way up to 65. And the stop, and I'm not going to get short, and the stop is 69. Stop is 69. So that spike to the bottom of the range, we couldn't close back up through it. That's why the original stop, like I said, I fat-fingered the keyboard. And so now I'm in at 82 here off of that resistance point / support level. And I'm looking for this to carry on up through to the target up there, to the levels we've identified above. This is going to be what it is here. You've got bottom of the hour here in 3.5 minutes. And we're rotational around this 82, 83. I'm still feeling like the long is going to happen here, particularly since we can't close below the bottom of this range here at this 75 level. So you've had several false breakouts through it. You've had a few false breakouts above this boxed in range, and we wait. Yep, it sure would have. Would have been nice to catch. And that was the, we had the level up there, identifying it early in the day. But again, in an effort to be a bit more cautious, it cost me. But that is what it is. Like I said, I do believe we're going to end up at 43.32. If we continue to trade below 83, then that's going to be a challenge. If we can get north of 97, I believe in the end we'll be up at 44.65. Otherwise, $44.32. 45.65, 44.32 is where we will end up. One of those two key areas off this decision point here. Okay, 79, 78. Let's just draw something out here. Okay, if you just draw and connect a trend line to these candle bodies, and then you take a drawing here, and you draw the bottom of these candle bodies, you get a close here, So you take this line and you say that between the highest point between this area is right here. That's your highest point. And if you end up breaking it back here, that would give you a target. 44.18 would give you a target up around 44.18, depending on where you end up breaking it. Give you a target up around 44.18. I think it's going to be a higher target than that. But that's basically there, a wedge for you. Depending on how you like to draw it, I'm just connecting the candle bodies here. $90 up there. $28 minutes till the top of the hour. $180K contracts traded. $85. So you're back here, still inside the range. You've got a new revision signal be coming out here. At the end of this bar, nothing new though. It will be nothing new here. There'll be nothing new on this bar. In terms of the revisions will just be reset because the range is not expanded, essentially is the reason. Well, we'll see here if we can get back up through it. If you hung on, I took myself out inadvertently down there at 69. We came right to the revision signal. So the revision mid is up here at 26, and the new revision signal is up there at 82. We'll see. Well, all we may do here is just be going back to the top of the range. That's all we may be doing here. So 44.65 is the target that I'm watching for here. $44.65 is the target that we're watching for right now. You'll have a new set of revisions, but again, we did not expand the range since the last set was formed. So I'm expecting no change. They'll just reset to first time touches. You'll run into quite a bit of resistance at 27.28, but that would be fine. If we could do that, that would be fine. Back to the point of control. 104 short at 92 right now. 106 short at 92. And running into the point of control and stopping, we just hit the, basically just hit that trend line there. at 88.89. You've got a new candle in 5 seconds. Two hours, 1 hour and 55 minutes till the end of the day. So you need to get out of this range here. You need to clear out the 05 double top up there, 44.05 double top. You have limit orders to the tune of 100 short at 92. There's 91. You got another 102 short up there at 00. There's 91, 92. So I would be just been about to back to break even on the original entry here if I had not have fat fingered the keyboard. At least fat finger didn't put me in for 15 short or something crazy like that. $44.65. We got to get up through the 97. 108 short at 00 right now. 108 short at 00 here. 113 short at 00. 44.65. See if we can make our way up through 96, 97. The top of the box is 97. There it is. And now you need to close up through that area. And then you need to make your way up through the 44.05 area. There's 44.00. There's 99. Get through 00. 119 on the offer up there at 00 now. 119 on the offer up there at 00. We're looking 44.65 up here potentially. 140, 150 on the offer at 44.00. There's 44.00 again. You've had 156 on the offer. 44.05 is going to be a key area. You've got longs coming back in. You had some. All right, so it's a battle right here. You've got 109 that have hit the bid at 98, but there you go. Get up through 00 now. There's 01. There's 05. Broke that double top at 06. 05, rather. All righty. All right. That's good. Sound like Matthew McConaughey, dazed and confused. 84 now is my stop here. And we just reached out to the daily structure target. You need to close above this box here, looking for 44.65 as the target. 58 was the last bar that needed to be closed. Trailing stop is now 41 here. Trailing stop is now at 41 in case that's it here. 60, 61, 62. 63, 63, 64, and I am in at 65 here. Okay, closed and reversed at 65. And the stop right now is 77. Stop is 77. Stop is 77. We'll see if we can get through 65. Okay, so that was sweet. And we wrote it all the way to the target. Now let's see if we can write it all the way back down. $55, we need to close below that 55 level. You close below 55, there you go. Atta baby, come on. Come on, get through. Get through to the downside. Let's go ahead and go to break even here on the stop now. It's either going to go or it's not. Nice, John. Good job. Stop here right now is at break even. I'm not convinced it's going to go all the way yet. So I'm just not going to take the chance with it here just yet. So stop is break even here. And we just blew through the center point on the ES here. So this may have more here long still in it on CL. You close below the 70.5 there at 55. That would be a really good sign here. But you've got 45 seconds left on this bar. The only thing is I feel like this could potentially go back up and complete that V up top here. Come on, stay below 65. You know what? I'm going to leave it right there at 65, I think. We'll see here. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. Let's see where it closes. So you wrote 82 up to 65. That's 83 ticks. Now let's see if we could write it back to 83 here. This is the level. It was a very similar type level to this yesterday. All right, there's 58. We've got to see if we can fight through the 59, 58 level. So if this comes back and grabs me at 65 and just takes me out, well, we'll see here. We got to get through the 58 level. 58, come on, 57, 56. Let's muscle through it. There's 55. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, close, get down below this 55, 54. That's your 70.5 level there. And now we're going to look to try to take this back to settlement at a minimum here at 45, then 43. And if we can get into this at the end of the day here, you're talking 83 down at the bottom again. We'll just write it right back to the place where we got long from. That would be fantastic. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But we're a long way from that. We're a long way from Tipperary. We're a long way from that, right? You need to close below 55. Now, you have a gap bar down below you here that needs to be cleaned up at 41. And then one down that needs to be cleaned up around 11. Okay, so if we do that, we'd be looking for 83 down below us. You close below the 70.5 here at 55. That would be excellent. So you were looking at Geo at 54. And then you said 36. Gotcha. I need to close below 55. 55 or lower to get below this 70.5 here. Come on, 53. We got down to 52 earlier. And now 51.50. And then down to settlement at 45 would be nice. There's 52. Boom, right down to settlement. Okay. Stop here is 64. We're going to target 43.83 here. We're going to target 43.83. We're going to go right back down to where we started here. I'm going to go right back down to where we started at 43.83. And that would be one hell of a way to play that, wouldn't it? That'd be really cool. So we'll see. First things first, we got to get down through 45, which is settlement, and then down through the 43 level. Again, we have not closed below the 55 level yet, which is going to be important. That is your 70.5 retracement. We came right down into 46, right down to settlement there, and we couldn't punch through it. So again, we'll see. We may come right back up into 65 here. It's very possible we come up into 65 here. We got to close below that 55 level. We do have a gap bar that needs to be closed down at 41. So again, we may not do it though. You've got about 11 minutes here till the top of the hour. Yeah, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid it to come up to 66 here. My stop's at 64. Come up to 66 and then take me. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that. 71 on the trailing stop. 71 on the trailing stop. We have not closed below 55 yet. 71 on the stop here. Okay. Didn't close below 55. That is an important area for me here. The close below 55 is going to be important. You've got this gap bar here down to 41 that needs to be closed. You've got a gap bar down there to 41 that needs to be closed. Yes, is just running. 2011 quarter up top is a target up above. All right, you need to close below 55 now, and you've got a gap bar that needs to be filled down to 41. We're back into the initial balance low, which was 35, and now we're the initial balance low is 55. We're right back down into the initial balance low here at the 55-54 area, which is why it's holding tough. So again, we got long. The idea, I switched sentiment on it here to the long once we got down to the 4th standard deviation and never closed above it, below it. That is generally a good sign that we were coming up. That's what we did. Now, what I'm looking for here is you've got the initial balance low here again, right at 55. And so, again, we need to break down through that. What you have here is you have a little bit of a triangle developing here. And so let's just see if we can get down. We've got a gap bar that needs to be closed down to 41. I'd like to close below the 55, which is the 70.5 level. That is something that I would like to get done here. And then you say to me, no kidding, Jason. $48, $41. Yep, let's pop 47, 46. Come on, get through that 127 limit orders short at 50. Come on, 46, 45, get through settlement. We need to get through there's 45. Come on. Go ahead and bring the stop here back to break even plus 1. Back to break even plus 1. We really need to close now below settlement and the ETH session price at 43. We need to close below those. Get through them. Pop through to the downside. 43.83 is your final target here today. 43.83 is the final target here today. You've got 7 minutes here till the top of the hour. Break even plus 1 again on the stop. Comes down to settlement like it just did there and can't get through. I think it's going to. Come on, 45, 44, pop through it. Let's go. Come on. Then down to the 43, 44, 43. That's your ETH session. 42. There's going to close your gap at 41. We haven't quite done it yet, but we're going to close your gap there at 41. We're looking for 83 as the final target down here. We're going to ride this thing another 80 ticks the other direction. $41, that closed the bar right there. 41, closed the gap bar. Now let's go. Come on. Come on. You just closed the gap bar there at 41. Now let's close below settlement and 43 here. We need a close below settlement. This is your 70.5 area up here as well. We need to close below settlement. You've got 6 minutes till the top of the hour, 36 minutes till the close. I'd like to close, like I said, close it below settlement. We're going to look to target 43.83 down below. 43.83 is the target down below. We'll see. That's 60 ticks from here. We'll see. So we closed below settlement. That's a good sign. That's a good start. 46. So another So down below us, you have one gap bar, I think, that needs to be cleaned up. And that's down here at 11. Actually, what you wanted here is this to come back up to 46, 47. Up to 49 is not even a problem. It's this gap bar right here that I'm talking about. That gap was 12. It came down to, sorry, it was 11 and it came down to 12. That one needs to be cleaned up, I believe. I believe that gap bar will need to be cleaned up down to 11. And if we get down there, 83 is your target. So 6 to 8 candles possibly here. We've got 35 minutes till the till the New York session closing range here. Or sorry, just till the New York session close. I need to slow down. How now, brown cow? Slow down. We've got 35 minutes till the New York session close. At 20, 10 minutes till the close, that's when the energy will pick up. Historically, meaning over the last week or two, it has been holding off until that last 15 minutes of the day to come down and do what we need to do. So again, we just broke through the double bottom down to 39, and that is good. We are looking to close that gap down there around 11. You've got 11 down here is the gap. We've got the top of that box down there at 97. There's 38, 37. There's 36. Going to go ahead and bring this trailing stop now. Break even plus 5 to 60 at the moment. Came down here to 34. We've got to get through the 34 level. We got to 35. So you are 1 minute and 50 seconds away from the top of the hour and the New York final session closing range. $43.83. $43.83 is your target. Like to break through that 35, 34 level. 42 seconds till the top of the hour. We'll see if we get a kick in the pants here at the top of the hour. Okay, here is your top of the hour. The European session closing range short is 33. The long is 49. My trailing stop still 62 here. We need a break. $33. If this hits 49, it may come to 65. Hope not. Good. Let that be the weak stop run here. Let that be the head fake stop run up that I think it was. I think that's what you just had. I think you just popped all the dudes that are playing the 1 o'clock range. I think you just popped them in to sweep them out now. I think you just popped all the dudes playing the range up there at 49 to sweep them out and suck them in and then get short. We'll see. 33. I think you just popped all those dudes that played that range at 1 o'clock. We'll see. You got to get down at 35. You got to get down below 35. Okay, there's 34, 33. Man, oh man, I think you just popped a bunch of dudes in the teeth there. Huh. Very interesting. Dirty dogs. I'm okay with that, though. 55 is now the trailing stop here for now. 43.83 is your target. Right back down to that level, I think. First things first, you've got some support right here at 28.27. So you've got 62 that have hit the bid at 30. We haven't been any deeper than that. You've got some longs backfilling, but not a lot. Come on, fight through the 30. You've had 93 now total hit the bid at 30. It's going to pop here. 36 now. 38 last time through. 118, 122. Total, you've got longs backfilling at 30. We wipe out 30, it should go for a distance. Maybe to close that gap down there to 11. You have 144 total that have hit the bid here since I've cleared the book, which is just recently, down there at 30. So that's some selling, serious selling pressure there at 30. Now, again, you've got 25 minutes left here. So, again, this all can just dance until right there at the end. This can all just dance till right there at the end. But I would like to see us clip through the 30 level. Typically speaking, well, we'll see. Still have a gap to clean up at 11. You know what? I have Geo, I have I've exhausted my limit today on the risk side. I'll take your word for it. How's that? There's 25, 24. I have exhausted myself on the risk side. Gio's asking if, okay, 250. Look at all those orders backfilling at 25. You got a chunk, a huge iceberg at 25 that's going to need to get through. Look at that. We just chewed right through it with 258 orders on the bid at 25. Okay, so that's a good sign. We're going to, again, fill that 11. We're going to fill that 11 here. There is a bar down there at 11 that still needs to be filled. And that we're going to go swing high to swing low. 98, which is the top of the box, is a 70.5 down here. Yes, Lawrence, I will. I will. Kind of like those, don't you? All right, let's bring this down now just to 46 on the trailing stop for now. 50% is 18. 43.23, 43.83 rather. Yeah, I'll be coming out with something here in the not too distant future on. I've got a lot of things planned for us, guys. A lot of cool stuff planned for us here. Oh, look at that. There we go. 20. Come on. 129 have hit the bid there at 21. We got down to 7. We had 74 on the bid at 20. We're about to break it. We're going to clean up that gap bar at 11. $43 ticks here right now. Previous session low is down there at 07. Yeah, we needed to, right? We had some issues. But to use a football analogy, it is a 4-quarter, 60-minute game. They don't call the winner at halftime, right? It is a 4-quarter, 60-minute game. They don't call the winners at halftime. So you got to play it, string through it here as best you can. All right. So, again, we just got down there to 20. You've got yourself what it will be a gap bar if we don't pull back to 35, which means it could pull back up to 40. Okay? I don't want it to, but that is a possibility here. There's the 11. There it is. There's the gap bar close at 11. There's the gap bar close at 11. There it is. There's the gap bar close at 11. Now, we've got a gap bar around it. I'm going to bring this down to 36. Trailing stop now just down to 36. I'm just bringing it in here. Down to 36. 40, we just closed that gap bar down there at 11. The bottom of that gap bar is 00. 43.83 is your target here. 43.83 is your target. 50 ticks positive here. 43.83 is your target. There's 12, 11, 10. 43.83 is your target down here. It may go deeper than that, but I don't care. I'm going to take it off at 43.83. There's 13, 12, 11. You've got the 70.5 down there around 98. You've got a double bottom here at 10. Come on, baby. Get through it here. Get through the 10. 189 on the bid down there at 10. 158 last time we hit it. We should finish it. We get through 10. We should come on down. You've got the top of that box at 97. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Good. 83 is my target here. I'm going to end up, if I take this down, I'm going to end up handsomely here on the day. If we could take this all the way down to the 83 level, I'll end up handsomely on the day. 83 is your target. We've got to get through this area here at 04. We got down to 03. We got to get down through the 04 level. This will be 83 up and 83 down if we can do this. If we can get this accomplished, it'll be 83 up and 83 down. New candle here in 3.5 minutes. Come on, 654. Let's go. Finish it here. Come on, 543. Let's get down to 00. I'm going to take this off at 83 here. Take this. There's 0201. Okay, you've got a 70.5 down there. Let's bring this trailing stop down just a little bit. 70.5 is down there at the 98 level. We just got down to 99. Okay. Come on. 83 is your target. Come on, 83 is your target. Finish this move up here. We should get down to 83. You still might get your 43.32 level today. You still might get that. You've got a gap bar on the long side now, which gives me a little bit of pause for concern off this 70.5 all the way back up to 40. Okay, that gives me a little bit of pause for concern. It could get all the way back up to 40 there. So I would like to get down and close below this 04 daily structure target. We did come down into the 98, 99 level. We did have 173. Okay. So I don't want to give too much back here. Trailing stop is break even plus 30 to 35 here. That will still keep me up on the day. That will keep me up on the day. I'll be up on the day when this ends like this. But it would be a really sweet day. It would be a really sweet day if we go 83 up and 83 down to finish the day here. We'll see. $43.83 here. Okay, you've got 40 seconds left here. You've got 15 minutes to the bottom of the hour. I don't want that 70.5 spike down to 98 to be it. I really don't. You've got 131 now long at 10. 10 was an area of support, is now another area of support here. 36 is the trailing stop. 35, 36 is the trailing stop here. Okay, you've got a gap bar that just got closed. Another gap bar. This was a gap bar here that just got closed up to 22. This thing may go to 40, guys, unfortunately. We got orders down there at 10. This was a nice big bounce off the 70.5. If you can get this thing to move down through the 08 level, that will be better. And maybe we just need to start coming in around noon every day. Maybe we just start trading at noon. We'll skip the early morning and we'll just come in at noon. Okay, got to get down through that 99, 98. We're bouncing around here. Came down to the center point of this previous bar. This at 22 was the center point of this gap bar. You've got a gap bar all the way up here potentially to 40. Problem is I'm just kind of in between two ideas here right now. You've got this 70.5 all the way down here at 98. And we got to 99. You've got 142 short at 25. You need those to hold. This is going to come up and close this gap bar and then go. You watch. All right, I'm bringing the trailing stop right now to just above settlement. For now. And we're going to try to sit through this. We're going to try to sit through this through to the close here. If you don't want to give yourself back here if you aren't up on the day. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, Philippe. I owe you an email which will be out here either tomorrow or over the weekend. So I will get you that information. I owe you an email here, and I'll get it out to you here. So you've got a gap bar all the way up here to 41. Okay, you've got another gap bar all the way up here to 40, 41, and it may retrace there before it falls, unfortunately. Okay, so that's why I'm at 46 right now. It may retrace up to that point before it falls. And hopefully I won't have to give too much back here before we get it done. So the retracement, if you go there to the low down here, 46, right where my stop is. That's funny. Okay, you just retrace the entire length of this gap bar here. Basically the entire length of that gap bar there. And you've got 12 minutes till the end of the session here. 12 minutes till the end of the session. I'll be right back. You see where I'm at, 46. I don't want to give too much back, but the 70.5 is up there at 46. That's right where my stop is. I'm looking to stay into this to the end here. 52 on the trailing stop. 52 on the trailing stop, and I'll be right back. I just need us to push on down through the 10 level. We've been down to 21 here on this bar. You've got 11 minutes till the bottom of the hour here. $83 is your target now. 83 is your target. We've got to get down through 10. You've got 10 minutes left in the session here. Go, baby, go. 1817. 43.83 is your target. $50 orders long at 11 down there. We got to get down through 10 again. Need to get through 10. You've got 10 minutes here. 10 minutes left in the day. Yeah, I didn't want to bounce off of that level. Got a series of higher lows here. So now you need to make it down through 09 to get out of this higher low area that we're in. Yeah, I'm telling you, we may come back all the way up to 40 here. Stop is 52. We may come all the way back to 40 before it flushes out. I don't want it to, of course. A lot of energy here right now. We need to get back down underneath 2019. We closed and opened at 19, so we need to go back down to that level. Volume and weighted average price at 26. And like I said, it could come up to 40 before it flushes again. There's 37, 38. The gap bar is 40. It may come up to 40 before it goes again. 52 is the trailing stop. I think towards the end here, it's gonna do what we need it to do. Although it may come right on back up to 65, and that'll be a bummer. But I do expect it to hit down. I do expect it to hit down there, but we'll see. It is very energetic here. Okay, come on, 22, 21, let's go. We want to leave long candle wicks up there. We want to get through 1920. Got down to 1920, let's go. Yeah, I agree. You know, I just would like to be down at that area first, and then I will tighten this thing up, and we've only got 6.5 minutes left here. I'd like to see the flush here at the end. Thanks, Imran. Six minutes here. 6 minutes. 104 long at 22 limit orders. 104 limit orders long down there at 22. $104 limit orders long down at 22. We'll see if we can make our way down through that. And you're being the last. You got 5.5 minutes here. Volume is picked up tremendously here. Like I said, it could come to 40 here. It could come back to 40. Okay, there's 40. Now it needs to stop right there. 52 is the trailing stop. It needs to stop right here. 46 is a 70.5. This is where it needs to stop. 46 is a 70.5 up here as well. May come back up to 65 up here. Okay, there's the 46, 70.5. There's the 45. There's 46. Break even plus 10 on the trailing stop to 55. That's all I'm going to give back on it. I'm looking for it now to do this and then go down below us here. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe I gave too much back. We're going to find out. That gap bar at 40 and the 70.5 at 46. We'll see if that ends up holding us here. See if we can come back down to the 19 area. Test that area that was down there at 19. Lots of longs backfilling. We're hitting a bit hard at 35. There we go. We took out some serious buyers there at 35. So now we got to get through 31.30 again. We got down to 30, but no takers on the bid. And you've got 3 minutes left on this candle here. 3 minutes. If we could there we go. There's 26.25. Told you that gap bar needed to be filled. We'll see if that is all that it is. I don't know that we're going to have enough energy to get all the way down to 83, but what I am going to look for is a retest of 0.0 here possibly. I don't think we're going to have enough energy to get through down all the way to 83, but I am going to look for a retest of 0.0 possibly. We'll see. See if I gave back too much here in my quest to hit that target down there. Keep hitting 25 and bouncing. Yeah, it's a big bounce off 25. Shoot. Shoot. Minute 45 left. Back up to settlement. Lots of orders short right up in this area. Dang. There's your 70.5 at 46. This looks like it's coming back to 65. $57 is the stop. Yeah, I want to get off that 70.5 number. This stinks. Yeah, I took a risk to see if it was going to make it down there. Doesn't look like it will. It is what it is. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. I'm still going to be up on the day, but just not nearly what it was. And it just grabbed me. All right, so you see what I mean about being out of sync with the market. Took that really nice short off of the level that we had called and had been talking about for really what constituted hours of the trading day. Came down hard, fast, aggressively, really excited about what was happening. Assumed that we were going to make it down to our target. Have watched the market enough times to know that Yes, sometimes it retraces. We had a hidden gap bar I told you about. We had a hidden gap bar up at 40. We came back down to 20. I thought that was going to be the break, and it wasn't. And in retrospect, this 70.5 here that we talked about in the first part of the video, this 70.5 here down to here, that the market likes to end up sometimes on these big moves back up at this 70.5. I should have realized that. And then again, not respecting the 70.5 retracement from that low up to that high at 65. Is that right? No, sorry. It was this swing, this recent swing there. That low up to this high came back down at the 70.5 there at 99. Not respecting that level and not recognizing that this could be a final ending point ended up costing me quite a few ticks today. So again, what could have been a really spectacular end to the day ended up being a meh. At least I'm not down into the day. So that is part of trading. And again, it's important for me to send that message to you as well. So anyway, that sums up today's trading. Hopefully we'll come in, we'll finish the week on a strong note. It'll be good to get to the weekend and get out of some of these choppy conditions. And we'll get after it again tomorrow. So as always, I want to say thank you for spending the time watching the trading videos here with us at the Oil Trading Group. And until tomorrow, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.